Cinema, a creation of the last century, is often described as the dominant art form of the decades that made up the 20th. Celluloid storytelling has been acknowledged as an acceptable reflection of society. Over time, it has been used to express ideas, to promote beliefs, to send messages, and to turn facts to fiction. The intent behind cinema has often transgressed the simple demarcations where art and commerce coexist. After all, it is a business and an industry. Cinema is entertainment. It is a right of leisure. Yet cinema is also a weapon destructive in its power of recreation and reinterpretation. Cinema is an intoxicant that can obscure reality. Cinema is thought-inducing when it questions the essential. Cinema is chimera where the lines tend to blur.
(1971) के जंग के बाद पाकिस्तान में बड़ा उदास सा माहौल था। मैं 6 साल का था। रेडियो सुन रहा था। उस वक्त जिया उल हक ने एक ऐसी बात बोली जो मेरे जहन में गड़ गई। Bleed India with 1,000 cuts.
General Mohammad Zia-ul-Haq was a pre-independence Jalandhar-born St. Stephen's Delhi pass-out who became the dictator of Pakistan. He had been the army chief, and then in quick succession, chief martial law administrator, and then president of Pakistan. General Zia seized power from the civilian government in 1977 in a bloodless coup. But 2 years later, he had the former Prime Minister Zulfikar Ali Bhutto executed. He has been accused of the Islamization of the Pakistan military. Zia put Kashmir at the top of his agenda and convinced many Islamic countries to side with him on religious grounds. When Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan in 1979, Zia was able to turn Pakistan into a crucial US ally against the Soviets, ensuring that as a frontline state, the country received massive US aid, like Operation Cyclone, to fund and arm the resistance. It has been said that much of the aid did not reach the Mujahideens. While Zia never tired of internationally raising the Kashmir issue in actions, he avoided direct confrontation. Many eyewitnesses on both sides of the border claim that Zia-ul-Haq pursued a policy, the aim of which was to reduce the level of hostility with India.
ISI से इनकी मर्जी के बगैर पाकिस्तानी सियासत का एक पत्ता भी नहीं हिल सकता।
मेजर इकबाल साहब जिस पर मेहरबान हो जाएं, ओए बेटा, उनका मुस्तकबिल बदल जाता है।
When infiltration occurs in Jammu and Kashmir or bomb blasts are reported anywhere in India, the finger of suspicion points to ISI or Pakistan's Inter-Services Intelligence. ISI is a military agency headed by a Director General who is from the army. Though the ISI was originally conceived as a defense intelligence agency, it also performs a parallel function to keep tabs on and internally report on the pulse of political affairs to its masters. This dual role enables the agency to function as a state within a state. For decades, India has been the prime target of ISI's external activities. ISI has been accused of planning and executing Pakistan's proxy war strategy from Kashmir to Afghanistan. Sometimes even without the information or sanction of the government in power. Even for Pakistanis, the ISI is a menacing agency that no one wants to rub the wrong way.
There's a big bad gangster on the loose, thick skin coat with a black leather, big news. There ain't nothing that a man can do. So breaking the wall with blood, we pay dues. There's a gangster. Words he don't speak, but the danger will tame ya. Shit where you eat, little bitch, say your prayers. Call him the gangster, don't slander the stranger.
Lyari town is a subdivision of Karachi South District in the city of Karachi, Pakistan. It is an area of approximately 6 square kilometers within the financial capital of Pakistan, infamous for lawlessness, politically motivated violence, and crime. Lyari began as a settlement populated by Sindhi fishermen and Baloch nomads in the 1700s and is one of the oldest settlements in Karachi. Poverty and a lack of development turned it into a breeding ground for crime, and Lyari earned a name for itself as the fiefdom of gangs and gangsters.
रहमान डकैत की दी हुई मौत बड़ी कसाईनुमा होती है.
Cycles of violence, extortion, and resistance to state authority rendered parts of the area insecure for decades. In recent years, however, military and police operations coupled with development initiatives has brought relative calm to the dreaded locality. At 4:53 p.m., December 24, 1999, Delhi-bound Indian Airlines flight IC814 from Kathmandu was hijacked. There were 154 passengers and crew on board. The 5 hijackers belonged to the Pakistan-based terror outfit Harkatul Mujahideen. The plane, piloted by Captain Devi Sharan, first landed at Amritsar for refueling, after Pakistan denied it permission to land in Lahore. Confusion and delay in refueling angered the hijackers. A passenger, Rupin Katyal, was assaulted and later succumbed to his injuries. The plane took off from Amritsar and forced a landing at Lahore, where it hurriedly refueled and was asked to leave. The hijackers then diverted the flight to Dubai, where 27 passengers were released and the body of Rupin Katyal handed over. The UAE refused Indian government's request to allow the storming of the aircraft by Indian commandos. At 8:33 a.m. on December 25th, IC814 landed in Kandahar. Afghanistan, with Taliban fighters surrounding the plane, effectively preventing any direct military intervention by India. Taliban acted as the mediator, but no Indian special forces were allowed to enter the aircraft. The talks went on from December 27th to December 31st. India finally agreed to free Masood Azhar, Mushtaq Ahmed Zargar and Ahmed Omar Saeed Sheikh, who were all flown from India to Kandahar. On the last day of the 20th century, the handover took place on the tarmac of the Kandahar airport, where the terrorists released the remaining passengers and crew. The hostages were flown back to India on a special flight. On 13th December 2001, 5 Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists drove into the House of Parliament in a car with Home Ministry and Parliament labels. While both the houses had been adjourned 40 minutes ago, around 100 members of Parliament, including senior government ministers, were still on the premises. The attackers drove their vehicle into the empty car of the Indian Vice President and armed with AK-47 rifles, grenades and pistols, they got out, guns blazing, firing indiscriminately. Constable Kamlesh Kumari of the Central Reserve Police Force, who was the first to spot the attackers, managed to raise the alarm before she was shot and killed. The attackers were contained on the grounds and could not enter the Parliament building. All the 5 attackers were killed in the encounter, with one gunman's suicide vest exploding as he was shot. None of the MPs or ministers were hurt, but 9 security and Parliament personnel died and 16 other people were injured in the attack. On the evening of November 26, 2008, 10 heavily armed terrorists sailed into Mumbai from Karachi and ran rampage through the city, killing 166 and wounding over 300 people. They split into pairs and spent the next 72 hours targeting the city's landmarks and carrying out a series of coordinated shootings and bombing attacks. The planning had been meticulously done and the targets had been carefully chosen. Terror operatives from Pakistan had surveyed Mumbai over months, choosing targets that would have maximum impact. All the places hit were frequented by foreign nationals along with locals. As soon as they landed, the attackers split up. 2 took a taxi to Chhatrapati Shivaji terminus. Once in the terminus, the 2 attackers began to fire indiscriminately, killing and wounding scores of passengers. 2 of the terrorists headed to the Oberoi Hotel. 2 moved to Cafe Leopold. 2 headed to Nariman House. And 4 heavily armed terrorists moved to the Taj Mahal Hotel. The groups maintained communication and clearly had some local knowledge of the regions and targets. Handlers from Pakistan were heard directing the operations. For close to 3 days, the world watched as security forces and elite commandos battled to take control. 9 of the elite terrorists who had come from Karachi by sea were killed. And the 10th, Ajmal Kasab, was arrested. For 2 years, he remained lodged in a maximum security prison as he was tried according to the law of the land. He was finally found guilty and handed the death penalty. The issue of Balochistan goes back to the partition of India and Pakistan. At the time of independence, Balochistan was divided into 4 princely states: Kalat, Kharan, Las Bela and Makhara. Out of these, Kalat and its ruler Mir Ahmad Yar Khan, popularly known as the Khan of Kalat, decided to remain independent. And on 15th of August 1947, Kalat declared its independence. Balochistan wanted to be friends with Pakistan, but Pakistan sent in its army and forcibly merged Kalat to it. This was unpopular with Baloch tribes, and the Balochistan Insurgency took root. In 1958, the Pakistan army again entered Balochistan and a pitched battle raged. Many Baloch were killed and supporters of the Khan of Kalat were arrested. Over the decades, the Baloch freedom movement has festered, seeing many such battles and ups and downs. The Baloch Liberation Army, BLA, that was formed in 2000, even carried out high-profile attacks on Chinese and Pakistani militaries. In 2005, a Baloch mass leader and former governor, as well as former defense minister of Pakistan, Nawab Akbar Khan Bukti, raised 15 demands with the government of Pakistan. This included Baloch control over minerals and natural gas in the province and a cap on the construction of new army bases. When all his demands got rejected, he also took up arms against Pakistan. In 2006, he was killed in a confrontation with the Pakistan army. India has consistently voiced concerns about humanitarian injustices including those faced by the people of Balochistan under Pakistan's rule. Pakistan has, in turn, always accused India of meddling in its internal affairs. Mohammad Ajmal Amir Kasab was the sole surviving gunman from 26/11 Mumbai attacks of 2008. He was one of the two gunmen who opened fire and threw hand grenades at the Chhatrapati Shivaji terminus, killing 52 people and injuring more than 100. Ajmal Kasab had first pleaded not guilty, but later made a confession admitting he had been trained, equipped and financed by the Pakistan-based Lashkar-e-Taiba. Kasab had been born in a village called Faridkot in a remote and impoverished region of Punjab in Pakistan's farming belt. His father ran a food stall in the village. Kasab dropped out of school in 2000 and lived in poverty, trying to eke a living working at odd jobs. Elite recruiters persuaded Kasab to join them with the pledge that his family would receive a financial reward if he became a martyr. Before the Mumbai attack, he was given money to give to his family. Before his execution, Kasab was asked whether he wanted to contact his family in Pakistan. Kasab declined, but wanted his mother in Pakistan to be told about his death sentence. This wish was carried out by the government of India.
We must infiltrate the very core of terrorism in Pakistan. ताकि वो भारत के खिलाफ अगर नींद में भी सोचे ना तो उनके ख्वाब में भी हम बैठे नजर आने चाहिए.